Hey guys, this is HERES. This is a Watch It of Realms video. Guys, I want to take you through something which I've been struggling with over the last, I don't know, few days really. And it's the first time in the tide where tactics actually start to matter. So I'm on wave 115. You will get here eventually. Pretty much the tide in general is like a battle power check. Yeah, it's a BP check. You need to be making sure that you are topping up your power to enable to push to the next level. And what that means up until about level 100 is you're just trying to make sure that you've got levels that champions which are level 60. They've got gear which is kind of like maxed out. Yeah, so level 16 gear. They've got some of their skills upgraded. You've been able to do things like promote them. All of these things improve your BP because you're getting more stats. The more stats you get, the higher your BP goes. When you start to push over 100, honestly, you really need some legendaries in your mix because as a like standard, they have higher base stats. Okay, so their base stats just generally are higher versus a non-lord epic and certainly versus a rare. Yeah, so the base stats are forming part of that BP. So it just becomes harder and harder to progress if you don't have more legendaries in the mix. And I've done some things to progress my account, like fusing the additional abomination, for example, getting him to awaken in 1, pushing more stats. One thing I've been doing this week hard actually is leveling up my artifacts. So for example, I was able to get my ancestral teachings up to 25 here on Kame. I was pushing just generally, I was just like pushing up levels where I could, because again, massively increases your BP on your heroes. That's also going to help, by the way, in Guild Wars for your demon soldiers. They're going to be stronger the higher the BP you've got for your heroes. So that's another kind of like little tip there. Now, for level 115 in particular, get some nice juicy rewards for doing this one. At this moment in time, I have not done it. Okay, so we're about to go into it. I did check out a cool video from Fastidious, who's actually made me realize a tip which I was not aware of. So that's pretty cool. So what's going to happen here is we're going to get a wave of small minions coming in. Then we get like basically the boss. I wonder if it tells us who the boss is. Is it her? I think it is her, Queen Tarantula. Pretty sure that is the boss that we fight here. So you can see in terms of like magic resistance and defense is basically the same. Not really anything you kind of need to do in particular there. Yeah, anyway, what we're going to do is kind of like tee things up so that we get as much damage into this boss as we can, but also so that we get some survivability, because she does an absolute AoE wipe of your team. I don't know if you saw my video yesterday, but I did pick up Twin Fiend yesterday, so I'm going to try and throw him in the mix. Do I drop here? Maybe it's Nocturne. And what this will do, it will give you your units by BP left to right down here. So if you're like unsure, should I put that unit in if I'm trying to just get to the point where it's even playable? If you don't hit the minimum BP, you will lose. Like straight up, they just run through you. So bear that in mind. But on level 115, you actually do need some tactics. So the boss is going to come down this kind of like top side of the map. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you keep some units that are going to do good damage on the bottom side. I would suggest bring 2 healers on the bottom side minimum. You might have 1 healer top side as well, but I don't have one that's bringing me a very high BP, so I'm kind of like dropping that. And otherwise, you want kind of like damage that's going to cover these top squares, but bearing in mind that you're going to lose most of your team. Okay, you're going to lose most of your team because she does this AoE wipe. The other cool thing here, you want to make sure that you get this done before the rampage hits higher. It's going to be my first try with this new kind of strat. You want to hold on to your Sentinel. This is what I learned from Fastidious. Really cool video, actually. I'll link it down below as well for some extra info. But basically, your Sentinel is going to help you try and stun our boss here before she does her ability. She's going to put her hand forward. There. She starts walking. Drop your Sentinel at that point. We should get a stun. You see the way I didn't lose my entire team? Yeah, so sometimes you can lose your entire team straight away. I still lost a good chunk of them, actually. Dragon next. So we get some damage on this wave. Have I got enough in the mix? Done 25% damage so far. Hex is alive. Might as well get the final one down. So far, the minions are not broken through any of my tank line, which is good. But we do now need to kill these minions off before she does her next big hit. Ah, Hex is down. I really wanted Hex to stay up so that I had someone doing single target damage. Now that these minions are gone, we full focus her, and then it's just a DPS check. If I had one of my mages alive or my ranged damage dealer, I think this would be foregone conclusion, honestly. But I don't have... I've got some burn damage going on, which is quite good, but I think she's going to enrage. So I wonder if I need potentially even another way of keeping my team alive. Still doing damage. I'll let this play through, but I think as soon as she hits this enrage time, I'm not going to kill her in time. As soon as she hits that enrage, I think I'm in trouble. You see, I've got Abomination in behind my tank, so he's doing damage through there. I've got what's her name? Zilla 2 in there as well. She's doing damage through. Just hitting rage timer 2. And this is where it gets nasty. See the way she's literally just popping my tanks at this point. She's only at 50%. So I think this is a wipe. But we're going to go again. We're going to try again. Okay, one of the things we actually do need to do here, and something which I'm blasé about, I would say, is you go in and you kind of check some of these abilities. So stuff you've been upgrading dramatically improves what you're going to be able to do. So look at this. When there are over 3 defenders deployed, reduces all heroes' damage taken by 50%. Half the damage, okay? So I've only been deploying 2 defenders because I just got crap defenders on my roster. But actually, similar here. You have to have 3 marksmen on the field to get the extra damage. You have to have 3 mages on the field to get the extra damage. Kind of look and see what you've got going on. Every 20 seconds restores HP. So I've only got 1 in that. But there's some areas where I've just kind of like, I've pushed harder. Yeah, so just bear that in mind when you're kind of fielding your team. Because I didn't have 3 defenders out there. And I was like, damn, I'm taking phenomenal damage. Go for a full retreat and just making sure that I feel like I've got everyone in their best spots here. So I want her, and I want her defended by a tank, a good tank, like a damaged tank. It's got to be him. Maybe we try Raph over here. Abomination behind Raph. We have my other 2 actual tanks just guarding the front line. Do I want to push Setram right up, try and get as much early damage as possible? I think if she comes in here, because I don't think she was using her ult before. Karma with the ult back here should work. Protect this group. Heal. Hollow give us ults as often as possible. Rage regen. What about if I can't even go 3rd healer up there. So that's top side covered. Ajax getting his damage away as soon as possible. Hex next to him. Make sure I've got 3 of each. 3 marksmen. 2 mages so far, so I need a 3rd mage. We use Nocturne. I don't know if Nocturne's the right one, honestly. He's got the highest BP, but maybe someone like Zealous here would be better. Spots I got 2 more. Fighter. 3 mages. I don't think I really get any impact there from someone like a Nocturne. It does have a pretty crazy range, but again, it's not where I want it to be. It's kind of like a healer spot. Maybe I should just put a 3rd healer in and try and do something with this side of the map. Like this. 3 healers, 3 mages, 3 marksmen, 3 tanks, the rest are fighters. Try this. Hoping that Hollow gives me my ults back quicker. I'm hoping it still works the same as, you know, like normal content for stuff like that. Let's see if Karma does ult this time, because she wasn't... Hasu does ult this time, because she wasn't ulting in that kind of like back left spot. I think it's because she wasn't in range. So here we go. And forward, yes. Drop it. Try and block the next one. Did I do it? Got some people alive, I think. Some people in the land of the living somehow. Come on, get some damage away before you're all dead. Already down to 80%. Keep them alive. Hatsu's alive. Come on. Get the chick at the back. Doing some work. Not a lot of work, but she does stun it up. Look at this. Look at the stuns. Actually does a lot of work of slowing her down. So that's nice. I've still got, what, Hex alive. I've got all of my tank line alive. I've lost Hatsu now. Still got 2 healers in the mix. All of my DPS on the back line are alive, I think. All of the little minions are now dead. So I'm hoping that Hex does some work here. Hex, put in some damage, my friend. It's still ticking down so slow. I mean, there's no danger of us being able to stay alive here until the enrage comes. So that's not something I'm worried about. Definitely feels like the front line is holding nice. But I still just don't really have the damage. How do I keep more damage alive? Only at 50%. She's about to enrage. One stage. There goes Wrath. There goes Hex. Oh, man. So frustrating. So frustrating. Okay, I've kind of mixed stuff up a little bit. I bought all my healers bot side. I have got Twin Fiend in the mix, hoping for some burst damage. I've definitely got more like AoE burst damage. I'm going to try and take down the minions quicker, honestly. We're definitely going to try and get this kind of stun to land at the right time. There's Twin Fiend's AoE going off. Make sure I've got 3 of every type apart from healer. Drop it in now. See, she's stunned up. We are taking some pretty hefty damage. Anybody alive? Ajax is still alive. Hex is still alive. Get a bunch of stuns hopefully now. Everyone's still going as well. Plenty of minions still alive, but we do have Ajax in the mix. We do have Hex in the mix. Come on, keep them alive, guys. Come on. Keep them up. All the minions are dead. Okay. 2 AoE, or two mages, or no, a mage and a marksman still going. All of my fighters are still up. This is as good as I've done. Okay, this is as good as I've done so far. In terms of timings and everything. Ajax goes down. Hex is still with us. Hex, stay in the game. Stay in the game. Got a bit of time before the enrage. Still got all of my fighters going at it. 60%. It's just not doing... We're just not doing damage quick enough. Are we? Valeria's... Oh, okay, she got healed up there. Still got 50% to go. Hex still battling away. Honestly, he's getting some good old shieldage here. The burns are what do the damage. If we get more burns out, it does a real load of work. She's about to enrage at 42%. This is getting scary. She is about to go full crazy mode. One tank just taking a big old slap. Hex is dead. Oh, Olag's gone. Raph, you're next. Oh no, Baron's like that. I've got unyielding for a second. 35%. It's just so brutal. 30%. I think it's just too much to do. He's gone full ham, 200% damage mode, 1.1 mil. 26%. Oh, close. But not good enough. Okay, I'm trying something else. Seeing as always the front or like the front line and tanks and fighters stay alive, we're going to go with filling all of those slots. Still making sure I've got 3 marksmen, 3 mages. I've also put Zilla on the front line to see if we can get her. I don't know if it works honestly in this game mode like it does elsewhere, but she's front line and she's blocking something like the boss. We should be doing 20% more damage. That's part of her passive. So hoping that that's got a chance to work. Got the 2 healers in with Vortex and I never remember what this one's name is. What's this dude? Ezrin. Do I even have this up in time? I don't think I do. Try and get that stun away. Some people have stayed alive. Who's alive? Ajax and Hex again. Okay, this is a good run. Get some of those stuns away from Chick at the back. Get the dragon out. Bit more stunnage on the boss. 60% right now. Ajax is dead. Hex still going. All of the fighter crew are alive. Zilla 2 is front lining. I'm hoping that this means I'm getting the 20% more damage. This is a decent number. Keep Hex alive. Come on. Keep Hex up. Okay, he's got his shield. That's good. We're at 50% and the enrage timer is a ticking. All of the minions are down now, so we're all focused on the boss. Chunking damage. Chunking damage. Come on. Get those burns in. Come on. Hex doing work. 35%. This is definitely my best run so far. I think I've got it. Get the chunkiness going again. I don't Hex, don't you die on me. We need your pal. Valeria's looking low. Valeria's dropped at the back, I think. It's not good. She altered herself to death, I think. 20 odd percent. She's getting close to enrage. Hex still alive. Like, I feel like it's pretty RNG heavy whether some of the ones I need to be alive stay alive. Certainly like Hex. Sometimes he's alive, sometimes he's not. 11% got the enrage up. Just lost my Zilla 2 there. Olag's like that. Don't kill me. Hex is gone. We're at 10%. Abomination, you've got to do some work. Raph, you've got to do some work here. 10%. Oh, I don't think we're going to do it. 7%. Getting those burns away. Come on. 6.5. Oh, we're so damn close here. Enrage level 3. 3%. Oh, it's ticking down Baron. Oh, 3.1. 3.1. Okay, coming in for my last try. I've tried about 15 odd times now, and I get like such different RNG each time. So I'm going to try and drop my Sentinel in a little bit earlier. That worked better, actually. People stayed alive a lot longer. Yeah, maybe I was dropping the Sentinel in too early. Because actually, I've had my crew alive way longer this time. Add to down, we've got Ajax and Kame doing work. So it was almost straight after that hand went out, I dropped the Sentinel that time. And we've got, sorry, not Ajax, Nocturne in the mix. Nocturne doing a ton of damage. Hopefully, I've got time to get damage away if we can keep him alive. He needs shields up. Give him a shield or he's going to be dead. Oh, he's dead. 38%. This is still pretty decent effort. I moved my healers to either side of the board because I realized that some of the talents give you just additional range. So actually, Vortex is basically covering the whole board at that point. Come on. 29%. We're still tight here. Valeria's a bit of a nightmare because she kills herself with her ult. So she's out of the mix. Got no Hex or anyone up either. 20% coming up to first in rage. Got a good chunk there. 15 odd percent now. Or she starts going absolute crazy. Vortex is dead. That is a sad time. 10%. One tank takes a dive. Olag's trying to keep it going. Abomination's still in there. Zilla 2's still in there. Where's my damage gone? Olag, stay alive. Olag's gone. 8.8. Oh, who's next? Baron can take a couple of hits. 5.8%. Baron gets his unyielding. He's like, I'm not dead yet. 5%. Oh, I've just got no one left to do damage. 1.8%. Come on. Abomination, do it. Please. Please get her dead. 1.4. Ah. 1. So sad. It's so sad. Oh, wow. After trying this about 25 times, I've got to say that I'm struggling to understand if it's luck or skill at this point. Dropping that. As soon as the hand goes out now, I'm dropping it. Get the stun for ages. That's good. People are still alive way into the fight. That's good. Let's drop the dragon early this time. Ajax is alive. Hex is alive. Kame's alive. So we've got loads more DPS popping off. This is easily my best effort. And I think dropping the Sentinel at the right time is brilliant. But also, it's a lot down to luck. My Hex is dead. Now all of my range DPS is dead. But I'm way inside my damage that I've done so far. Like, easily this is my best run. Got all of the fighters alive. Got the 3 tanks in the front line. Troy Corey gets an abomination. Congrats, my friend. Yeah, before the enrage, we should be at like 15 odd % or something here. Got a good chance. Valeria's not killed herself yet. So we're getting that decreased defense ability out. That's what that is. She's killed herself now, though. 1 down. Yeah, here 16%. Getting closer to that enrage. Keep those burns ticking up. Under 15%. 13%. Come on. Lots alive. 10%. I think this is the one. 5%. She's gone enraged. Watch out, Vortex. He's taking a dive. Few burns ticking away. 0%. Honestly, timing is a bit of it. Timing is definitely a bit of it. But also, I think luck of RNG is a massive chunk of what we've just witnessed. I wonder if we just literally go on and just wipe 116 easily, like without the effort. Let's have a look. It's one of those like real, yeah, like chunks in the road, like literally a brick wall in the road, and they're asking you to get over it on a scooter. It is a tough old level, that one. Got to say it. Tough old level. This one just minions. So we drop the sentinel nice and early if it is. Keep our dudes alive. They're actually eating through my tank line pretty fast. And there's some big boys coming in the back. But we're not losing all of our kind of like damage this time. Get the dragon down. Some burnage going on. So I spent about an hour doing 115, and then first try, 116 is dead. Oh, man. And I haven't even set it up well, honestly. I haven't even set it up remotely well. What a game. The Tide. What a game mode. Get them dead, boys. Come on. Finish it up. 2 left. Anyway, hope in some way that video helped you. Even if it just helped you realize that you're not insane. RNG is very heavy in this mode on that stage. But there are a couple of tips in there. Certainly around when you drop your sentinel and some of the positioning stuff. But yeah, crazy, crazy RNG fest. Anyway, I've been HERES. I'll see you soon.